Okay, fine. In the previous class, we have seen parameterization, right? How to do the parameterization. What are the different ways we can do the parameterization, right? One is the cucumber expressions and the regular expressions, right? One second. Okay, fine. In today's class, we will see, right? We have seen few of the cucumber options, right? In the cucumber options, we have seen few of the attributes, right? We will see all the attributes once again, right? First one is the features, right? What is the features tag? Features tag we are giving, right? Here we are giving the path where our feature files we are maintaining, so that right a runner file will find out the feature files, it will execute it. We can give the root folder, we can give the root folder, or if you want to run a single feature, right? Directly we can give the single feature directly also, right? Here we can give like this, right? This is the example. We can give the directory or feature. Second one is the glue code. Right. Package is containing a step definition and hooks files. Right. Step definitions. Right. Hooks we will learn later. Step definition. Where our step definition files, we have to give the folder name. Right. Under src test Java, what is the folder we have? Step definition. Right. A root folder, if we give, if we have a subfolders, it will automatically recognize it. Right, glue code. Glue code means our step definition, where our code is there. Right, next one is the plugin. Right, what is the plugin? In the plugins, we will mention. So far, we have seen only pretty. That means format the console output. Right, whenever we are running, it is giving in the console some format, neat format, right, easily understandable by format. It will print it. There are reports also there. We will see those things. We will see those things. Plugins means we can give. These are pretty plugin. This is one of the plugin. Pretty means to print the output in a formatted way. Right? We have a to generate the HTML report, to generate the JSON report, to generate the XML report. We have some plugins. Right? Those things also we'll see. Right? In the plugin, we can define multiple plugins. Mostly we will use the pretty and the report plugins. And one more is tags. Tags so far we did not discuss it. In the further classes we will discuss. Right. Tags, what are tags? Filters the scenarios by to run that by tags. Suppose you have 100 scenarios. I want to run only particular one or two scenarios. Right. I want to run only one or two scenarios. How we will run? Right. In TestNG it is very easy. In TestNG we can include tags. Right. In the XML file we can maintain a include, right, include tags, we can execute easily. But in Cucumber, right, how to execute if you want to execute a particular scenarios, right? By using the tags, we can easily achieve it. Right, we'll discuss more about in further class. Right, dry run. Dry run we have seen. Dry run means true. By default, it is a false. If we keep it as a true, what will happen? Dry run true. Dry run true. If we keep it, it will verify that all the steps are implemented in the feature files or not. Right, it will not run any scenarios, just it will verify, right, before, right, it will verify the steps all are implemented or not. If not, it will provide which one is not implemented, right. Right, if you forget, suppose if you give true and forget, all are implemented, but you have given true, what will happen? It will not run any scenarios. You must be very careful. I think I got a comment in the you right video. Someone is saying may steps are not running, right? Just verify it. If you give true, it will not run anything, just it will print the as it is, right? It will not run anything. Try run true means it will verify the steps, that's it. If you make it as a false, then only by default it is false. If you give, don't give. Right. See, now it will run. Right. Now it will run the steps. If you give true and we will right, we forget it. Right. We will spend a lot of time why it is not running. Make sure try run should be false, not true. And then strict. Right. This is currently, I think in the latest version, it is deprecated. What will happen? If it is a true, by default it is a false. Fail execution if there are any undefined steps. Right. Strict true means what? Right. Sometimes right we will give dry run as false only, but some steps are not implemented. Some steps are not implemented. Suppose if we comment this one, right? If we comment, suppose I will comment this step. Okay, I will comment this step. Now I will run. Right, it will run. Let's see, steps are running. Steps are running, but wherever step is not implemented, there it is failed. Right, there it is failed. But before steps, before whatever is there, all steps are running. But it came, it came to this step. It is not provided, but it ran. But if you keep it as a strict true, right? I think it is deprecated. We'll check whether it is working or not. Right, we can make it as a strict true. See, it is, I think, no, it is not recognizing. Right, strict is not recognizing. It is verifying. See, these are all the things it has. Try run, glue code, name, object. Right, there is no. I think it is in a older version. It is removed now. If we are using a older version, strict true means if any step is not implemented, it will not execute our scenarios. It will fail. It will fail if any step is not implemented. Then name. What is the name? Filters the scenarios by scenario name partial match. Suppose you want to execute right login related scenarios. That means you can give the partial name, right? Partial name of the scenario. Right here, scenario names are there. Right. We can give anything partial name, right? Successful or valid credentials. We can give in the name. Where we have to give the name specify it here name. Right, name something you want to. Suppose if I give like this, if I run it, right, name equal to login. If I run it, see nothing is run because it is not matched anything in this scenario. Right, what is the scenario we are executing? Just one second. Right, what feature file we are executing? Login dot feature. But there in the scenario name there is no what we have given login, but there is no matching name here. Just will give credentials. Okay, just will see right credentials. Right, credentials. Right, now we will run it. I'll see. See, now it is running. That means name means what? If any scenario contains this name, we can give entire name or partial name. If it contains, right, how many scenarios it contains credentials, those scenarios will run. Those scenarios will run. That is the name. That is the name. Right, name filters the scenarios by scenario name. Partial match. Snippets. Right, we have seen already snippet. Snippet means what? Control the style of generated method for the undefined steps. Right, if you want to generate a steps either underscore or camel case. Either underscore or camel case. We have seen we are generated using underscore. If you want a camel case, just keep it as a camel case and then run it. If you run it, what will happen? It will generate the all the steps in a camel case. Right. Then one more important one, publish if you want to publish your reports to reports.cucumber.io. If you want to generate our report and upload to public repository. That means public reports.cucumber. This is the public repository. Like we can publish our reports here. Later, if you want to see, we can. Right. By default, it is a false. Suppose if we make it as a publish true. Right. Publish true. Now run it. Now if we run it, right, it will run our scenario and then see we got one URL. Right here, this URL you can take it. Right, you can take it this URL. I think something extra characters are good. Just copy in the notepad. I think some extra characters are copied. Make sure that remove those. I think after file. I think from here. Okay, it will open that report. If you want to see, it will be automatically deleted after 24 hours. If you want to delete it now, you can delete, or it will automatically delete by after 24 hours. Right here, see, it is showing what is the right version, Cucumber version, and what is the JDK we are using on which operating system. Right, what is the pass percentage and how much time it execute. Right here, it will show the our feature file, whether it is a pass or fail. Right, like this report we can share it to our management also if you want. Right, we can do publish reports by using this. Okay, fine. Uh, right, that is the one thing. Okay, fine. These are the some of the attributes in the Cucumber features. If you want to see anything else, right, we can go to this Cucumber options class directly. Right, we can click on this. Right, it is an interface. Cucumber options is an interface. So right, it is a annotation, custom annotations. Right here we have what is the properties it has. Dry run. By default, it is a false. Default false. And like this, we can verify what are the features. It is a right array. That means we can give comma separated values. Right, we can give comma separated. Glue code. Glue code is also array. We can give multiple paths. Right here, it has a extra glue. If you want to load additional packages, other packages, we can give extra glue. Tags, plugin, publish. Right, these are all default false monochrome. Right, name, snippets. Right, there are something use file name, compatibility name. Right, step notifications. Rather than snippet name. Right, we can see which are available in that role. Mostly we have seen all mostly used ones. These are all. Right, next one we'll see plugin. Right, we'll see plugins. What are the plugins? Right, pretty plugin we have seen to neatly print our output, console output. Right. Then if you want to generate, write reports in the form of HTML, JSON, XML. How to give this one? Right here inside a curly brackets, inside a plugin. Right, pretty comma. We have to separate here multiple we are giving, so separate with comma. Here we have to give the HTML colon. HTML colon. I want to generate a HTML report. Then we have to add the HTML plugin. HTML colon. Where I want to generate, you can give any path. Any path, any name. Right. I am giving like a target. Here target folder is there. Right. Under target, you can give any path. No issues. Right. Target slash generate a report with this file name. Cucumber hyphen ref. You can give any name. Right. There is no mandatory to give this is the name. Right. Just we can give any path. Cucumber hyphen reports.html. And then JSON. If you want to generate a JSON report, where you want to generate path, extension will be .json. JUnit. If you want to generate a XML, right? .xml. Right. Path anywhere we can give. I have given all under target. Right. After execution, you can see under target. If we expand the target, right here we can see these three reports. Right. Custom Cucumber HTML reports I .html. You can right click, open with system editor. Right. It will generate this Cucumber report. Right. 5 minutes ago we ran. What is the duration? Pass percentage. Right. Same. Right. XML file means XML and JSON. Right. It will be a right. It is in a XML format. Right. Open with the XML editor. Right. Just it will have a XML editor. Right, these things are useful when you integrate with some other, right, if you want to integrate in the Jenkins, right, maybe we can give this path, XML path, it will automatically convert to HTML format. Right, some other plugins, we can use the some other plugins to take this XML file, view in a HTML, JSON also, right, if you, this JSON also we can give to some other plugin, right, that will read this and it will show in HTML format, this JSON file. Right, we'll see those later. We can generate these three type of report, .html, JSON, X. Right, fine. Just publish, we will comment it out. Right, if required, we just enable, otherwise every time it will publish. Right, what else next up? We have seen all the Cucumber attributes. What are the different options available? Use dry run true validate to validate the steps before test execution. Right. Right. If you are executing after 20, 30 feature files, it's very difficult to manually go and each every right feature file. It's very difficult. So before executing scripts, just keep make it as a dry run true and just validate all the steps are implemented or not. Use tags to control test execution. We'll see this later. Use plugin to generate HTML, JSON, JUnit reports. Okay. Set monochrome true for cleaner console logs, especially in the CA. Right, monochrome true means it will not print in a, right, currently it is printing in some colors. If you keep it as a monochrome true, what will happen? It will show all in a black color. Right, I think these are all the things we have seen. Features is a string property. That means we can give multiple paths. Right, currently we have given one path. We can give comma separated paths. Glue code also string array. We can give multiple paths. That means sometimes we will maintain this glue code, right? Here currently we are maintaining real time. Sometimes maybe some other package you can create, right? Multiple packages. So we can give multiple packages also in the glue code. Right, tags is a string, dry run boolean, monochrome is a boolean, public plugin is also string. Right, we have given comma separated, see multiple. Right, then publish, this is also a true or false. Right, then we will see one more important thing, background. One more important thing, background. What is the background? Right, in the interview we will get to this question mostly. Okay, come here. Here, see, this is the common step for all the scenarios. Alright, I am on the login page, I am on the login page, I am on the login. Suppose if we have a, right, this is the common step for all. Why we need to write in all? In test engine, if you have idea, alright, every test case has a common login. What we will do? We can write it in a before method, right? So that it will execute for every test case automatically. Similarly here, this is the common step for all the scenarios. So we can make it as a generic. We can make it as a common. So that's why background will come into picture. Right, background we can give and given I am on the login page. That means just give inside a background so that what will happen before executing our scenario. Before executing our scenario, background will execute. We no need to give in every scenario. Right, just we can give it in a background so that it will execute automatically for each scenario. Right. Okay, just what we will do, just let me make it as a right. I am from background. Okay, background step. Just the background step. Okay, fine. Okay, now run it. What is the feature file we have to give? Login. Right, features slash login dot feature. Now just run it. Right, if we see before executing the step, it executing I am from the background step. Let's see here, I am from the background step. Right, I am from the background step. That means before executing each step, background will execute. Before executing the each scenario, not a step, each scenario one time. Before executing the scenario, it will execute. If we have a login, mainly we will use COM login or to clean up the data. Before executing, you want to do any cleanup, right? Databases, or you want to read the data, test data from the database, or right somewhere, right? We can write it those scenarios, right, in the background. Not only one, any steps, any number of steps we can have given when then, right? We can have if we have a common steps, we can write in a background. Right, fine. That is the about the background. Right, the next one is right data driven testing. Right, module 6. Okay, we have seen this full cucumber. These are all things. Okay, fine. Test engine we'll see later. Right, module 6 coming to data driven testing. What is data driven testing? If I want to execute, if I want to execute my scenario, multiple test data. Right, I want to execute. If I want to execute my scenario with scenario is same, but multiple test data. Right, suppose if you have taken login, I want to validate my login functionality with different types of login, admin user, right, normal user, some other users, right, each user has some permissions, but each user should be able to log into the application. Or you want to create, right, multiple employees, multiple, right, you want to create some scenarios. Right, if we have a data driven testing, that means functionality is same, but we are testing that functionality with the different types of data. Data will change, functionality is same. If you want to verify such scenarios, we'll go with the data-driven testing. In testing, you know how to achieve data-driven testing by using data provider concept. Right, by using data provider, we can achieve it. Here, what is the how we will achieve it by using scenario outline and examples. Scenario outline and examples. So far, we have given just a scenario. Right now, coming to data-driven testing, let just okay. Right. Just we have given admin and 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose if you don't know about the data driven testing, now what you will do? Again, you will create the same scenario, but you will change it maybe right user credit. I want to user right password. Right. You have to give like this. You want to test with the 10 types of users. You want to type 10 types of users you want to test. Then if you don't know about the right data driven testing, then what you will do? You will copy paste 10 times. Right, you will copy paste 10 times, right? That is we don't require. Right, just within one scenario itself we can achieve it. How to achieve it? Just let me make it data driven. Okay, fine. Here what we will do? First we have to change here scenario outline. We have to make it as a scenario outline. Right, scenario outline. Then here we have to make it as a examples. Right, examples. Then how to give this username password? We have to give right username password inside double quotes, right angular brackets. This match examples, right? Examples we have given. First row is the header. Examples colon. Don't give any space here. Right? See, color got changed. Right? No spaces anywhere. If we have a semicolon before semicolon, no space. Right? If you give spaces, it will give some issues. Right now, first row is the header. Second row is from second row onwards. This is the data. Right? How many times it will execute our scenario? 3 times. Admin user, this user 1, user 2. Right, how to read this data? First thing in the step, I have to give same name, header. What is the header? Username, same thing. right? User. Then password. Let's make it as a inside double quotes. Just give the password. And we'll read it as a string. Right. These things should match here. First thing. Now suppose if I run it. Now I want to run it dry run true. Make it as a dry run. Now what is the feature name? Login underscore data driven. Okay, just to make run it, what will happen? The step anywhere is there or not? We'll see. See, step is there because previous step whatever we have written, just we are same thing only, but just we are right this one changing as a dynamic one, data driven. Previously also we have string equal to password, right? Previously also we have two parameters with the cucumber expressions. Right, same thing. Now we are changing to data driven. That means it should execute 3 times. If you observe here, how many times executed? 1, 2, 3. 3 times it is executed, but not right. Just it is shown the high level step. That is a feature file. That's it. Validated feature file. That's it. It not executed any steps because we have given right and true. We have to make it as a false. Then only actual test case scenarios will execute. Right, fine. Now come here. See, now it is executed. Right, in the right side also, right, in the left side, we can see here in the J unit section, right, successful login with valid credential, first one, second one, third. It will add automatically 1, 2, 3. Right, 3 times it is executed, it got pass. Right, that is the data-driven testing. How to achieve data-driven testing? First, we have to keep it as a scenario outline. Right, we have to make it as sometimes we'll forget outline. We'll give examples. Right, it will if you forget, what will happen? See, there is no error, but if you run the test case, it's running. Oh, in latest version, it's running. Admin 1.1. Okay, user 1.1 passed. Oh, great. In latest older version, maybe it will not work actually, but I think in latest version it's working. That's fine. That right. Mostly we'll use a scenario outline only. Right, just to make it as outline so that we will understand. Okay, we are doing a data-driven testing. All right, scenario outline, then examples, and first thing, first row is the header row. Second one onwards, it is a data row. So how many tomorrow you want more, you can add it. No issues, right? Right. Then if you want to same thing you want to do with negative scenarios, you can add it for negative scenarios. So one more scenario you can create negative scenario. And what is the message, right? Negative scenarios means what we will get additionally message also, right? Each right, what type of message we will get. Suppose uh, the invalid credentials. Right here we have to right see the different thing, right? Validate the right validate. Okay, validate that is error message. Something validate the error message. Right here we can pass what is the error message. Same thing we have to pass here, right? Error message in outside you can pass it like this error message. Right, you can pass anything. Suppose first thing. Sorry. First one you want to validate invalid credentials. Right. We can pass right like this. If you want a different message also, we can add different message. Right like this, we can do the right anything, any number of columns we can add here. Right here, any number of columns we can add it. For second scenario, we don't require maybe. Suppose you want to combine both valid and invalid sometimes. Right, valid and invalid. If you but usually we will not do. Maybe that is based on the project and the people, right? What technical people they will say, right? My lead is say, don't write two test cases. Write inside one test case, right? Combine positive and negative inside one scenario. But then in that case, what we will do? We'll add error message based on some condition. We have to do it, right? Based on some condition inside, we have to write it the code, right? That we can achieve. But it's better to have negative separately, positive separate, so that we can understand easily. Otherwise, what will happen? We have to write it a lot of if and else conditions, right? To make it right pass, right? We will confuse about it. It's always it should be always a right separate scenarios only. Right, you got it right, everyone. What is the data driven testing? How to achieve it? In the step definition, it is said we have to read it as a right. Either you can use the cucumber expressions or regular expressions. Anything is fine. You can use it. It's better to use the cucumber expressions, right? Mostly we don't require a regular expression. Mostly we will use a cucumber expressions only. Right, fine. That is about the data driven testing. Okay, next one is the data tables. All right, data tables. What is data tables? Right, if you want, sorry, right, if you want to, right, scenario, you take this scenario, right, you have to take a Flipkart or Amazon. You want to add multiple products. You want to add multiple products to the cart. Multiple products to the cart. Right, how to achieve it? How to achieve it? Right, see, just we'll take a simple one more feature file, we'll create it, okay? Otherwise, copy paste it. Mm, add items. Or we'll take it as a purchase items. Okay, purchase items. Okay, purchase items. So we'll make it as a okay. um, Purchase items from something Amazon or Flipkart. Right, don't give space before the column. Right. See, if you give space, it will change it to some other. Right, we'll confuse about it. Right, we must be very careful. Don't give any space before. So now it will change it to cucumber format. Right, you can create now scenario. Right, just let me write existing one only. I will copy paste this. Okay. We add multiple items to the cart. Scenario is add multiple items to the cart. Given the user adds the following items to the cart. Right here, what I want to add here, we will combine both. Right, scenario outline also we will combine. Okay, this will use. Then cart should contain the following items. Right, once we check out and then what it should contain, same thing, right? It should whatever we have added, same thing it should visible in the cart. Right, then examples. Examples what we will add. Right, usually I want to add it with a multiple users. I want to try with the multiple users or multiple test data also we can do. Here we will do a right username password. Okay, we'll try with the right admin one. Right, admin user, admin credentials or user credentials. Whether both the credentials are I am able to add items to the cart or not. But if you make it this one as suppose, right? If you make it this one as laptop and smart, right? Then how to test with multiple users, right? We have to decide in a right, think in a logical way, and we have to write it. If you write down these things here, suppose add cart to the, now I will remove here, I will make it as a generic here. Now I want to test with a multiple logins, right? Then how to achieve it? We cannot achieve, right? That's why data tables come into picture. Data tables come into picture after the step, after the step, right? After the step, we can write like this. That means this step we can execute multiple times. This step we can execute multiple times. That's same. Right now, suppose just we will generate, right? We will see multiple scenario. This is one of the data table concept. Data table, we have multiple things, multiple ways we can achieve. This is one of the way. Right, I want to add items to the cart, and here also I want to validate same thing. Right now we will generate step definition file for this. Right, how to generate? We can go to our runner file, just give this feature and make it as a dry run true. Make it as a dry run true so that it will validate the steps. If it is not available, it will generate it. Where are the steps here? Right, just right click, copy. Right, we have to create the one file, right? Step definition file we have to create. Okay, let me purchase items. Purchase items. Right. Okay. Open that. Okay. Where is that JSON? Right. I am unable to see that. Right. Suppose you forget in top. Right. If you suppose you did not find that one console, JUnit console. Right. What you have to do? Window. Show you. We can click on JUnit. Right. It will open. Copy. Paste it. It will copy some other things. First two lines. Delete it. Control Shift O. How to import? Import statement. You can import one by one. Shortcut is Control Shift O. It will import automatically. Right, just delete. We don't require anything. Right under this. Okay, fine. Here, right, we don't require package, entire package. Right, we can import it directly. Import that. Control Shift O. See, data table is coming from multiple packages. Make sure which one is correct. First one. Right, data table. Now, what data table? It will inject whatever data, right? It will inject whatever data is here. It will come here. What it contain data table? How to read the data from data table? Right. We can read in multiple ways. Right, fine. We will add simple one. Right. This is the lambda expression, right? We'll see lambdas later. Data table dot as list. Okay, as a list. Let's see. Is it there or not? There is no as a list. I think. What are the methods? Data table, right? Data table dot as list. First one we'll see. What it will return? List of string. What is the return type? List of string. Right, a list. Right, items. We got all the items in the list. Then what we will do? Simple for loop. Right, simple for loop or lambda. If we are comfortable with the lambdas, you can write down lambda. Right, how to write lambda? I think in my Java course, I have already told you how to write items dot for each. Right, simple in one line of code. For each, we can keep it any name, item, lambda expression. Just we have to write the logic here. Right, either you can use anyone. Right, just we'll go with the simple one. Right, just for each loop and printing, adding the items. Okay. Now, remaining thing we don't require here, just a user proceed to checkout. Nothing we don't require. These are all just a system.out.println. And then cart. Here also we have to validate it, right? The cart should contain the items. Again, after adding to the cart, I want to validate either exactly whatever I have added, same thing is added to the cart or not. Right, same thing added to the cart or not. Again, we will read as list, it will contain the list. Just will do the logic, right? Logic, you can do anything. Right. Main thing is here how to read these things. Right. These things we can read it here as a list. That means it contains a list. We can see in the debug mode. Okay. So that we'll understand more. Debugging, I think everyone knows, very, very important. Right. You can double click here. It will come a blue dot. Right. It will come as a blue dot. Oh, we have crossed already time. Okay. We'll see it tomorrow. Just quickly. All right. As list we'll execute and see tomorrow. Right, already I didn't see. Okay, right, see it is executed. Right, dry run true we kept as, so it will execute just a high level steps. That's it. Internal code it will not execute. Okay, it is a tomorrow we'll see more details about it. Right, if you have practice it, please practice it. You are joining means you have to learn it. Right, just practice. If we have any issues we will discuss it. I think you are practicing. Right. Thanks for joining. We'll meet tomorrow's. Yeah. Thank you all. Bye.